Good evening, YouTube. It is the 11th of July, 2020. One of the most frustrating things of trading the breakout strategy is when the market breaks out and then it pulls back and it hits your stop loss, then it consolidates and it blasts off exactly in the direction you thought it was going to go. If this is the kind of thing that just happened to you, or if you've had this happen to you in your trading in the past, then in this video, I'm going to explain exactly how I've learned to identify these moments. It's a super important video today. I'm excited to jump in on this one. Hi, my name is Doug, and I'm the founder of IntroToCryptos.ca. I'm a top-rated Bitcoin technical analyst on YouTube and the author of several books on crypto trading, including The Beginner's Guide to Crypto Trading, How to Overcome Fear and Greed in Bitcoin Trading. More than just TA and books, we have the proven results to back it up. We are now the top signal provider on Signally. I've helped out thousands of people go from lives of gambling, stress, and drama and transform simple habits to create lives of freedom, possibility, and confidence. And I do the same thing right here in these videos with you. So before we go any further, be sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell because I don't put any ads on these videos. Even if the video sucks, it's worth a thumbs up just for that. Bitcoin prices are going to break way higher. I'm going to go through all the indicators to show what I think is going to indicate that it's going to go higher. And as I go through the video today, I'm really keen to get your feedback down in the comments below. For each of these indicators that I go through, I'd like you to leave a comment on how you use each of these indicators. That would be awesome, and I look forward to reading your comments. Now, we're looking at Bitcoin on the two top charts and then the longs and the shorts down below. Both of the longs and the shorts on this daily time frame are really pretty lame, actually. If I go back to the last time we were at this price level, the longs were super excited. And it was the wrong time to be excited. Now they are not excited all the way through this whole period here, and I'm just stoked. I'm even more excited about what's going on in the prices right now. And let's see what our indicators are saying that makes me so excited about this. We're looking at the 12-hour relative strength index, and for me, it's the pattern that goes on over time in the relative strength index that makes it so important. So when the pattern is building and we get the overbought, or we get the 1, 2, 3 pattern and things start to change direction in this pattern, this gets to be really key importance. Let's just take a look at this without the indicator and just take a look at the basic 1, 2, 3 patterns that are setting up right now. We made a 1, 2, 3. Prices came up and broke out of that 1, 2, 3. They pulled back this far. And as we go into the Bollinger Bands, we can see how the small time frame 1, 2, 3 patterns are actually beautiful whale food bait for those who are buying on the breakout right here. On these small time frames, this is where the whales can whip you back, and I'll show you in the Bollinger Bands. Now this is the MACD, and I'm looking at the weekly time frame. This is really big. And what I'm going to zoom in to look for now is to see, is this flare just about to widen as we go higher right now? There's a couple things I'll show you in the Ichimoku cloud that gives me real butterflies as I look at this chart. So if it's going to flare wider, it's going to do it here on the daily time frame first. We'll see this histogram growing and growing from the size it is now. So let's go into the 12-hour. We can see it's actually pulling back a little bit. So for my view of this breaking higher, then this is it right now. The blue will not cross back below the red and go down lower, but it'll hold itself and then pull up higher from where we are here. And we should see on the 4-hour time frame, this has pulled back and changed momentum now so that it is losing downward momentum. And for me, this is a divergence that is important. As this crosses over on the 15-minute time frame here, and we're breaking out of this little wee 1, 2, 3, then it's going to cross over on the 1 hour, then the 4 hour, then over on the 12-hour as we're moving through time, and this is starting to build higher and higher. So we'll see this just unfold as we move along. When we get to the on-balance volume, the first thing my eye sees is the difference between how the volume came in through this up period and what happened with the volume. And then what happened with the volume through this period and what happened right here. Let's zoom in a little closer to see if the 12-hour is going to give us more insight. Now we can see on the 12-hour that this has slowly been changing from really big selling to more and more buying, or less and less power in the selling as we're going along here. As we go into the 4-hour, then we can see inside this 12-hour sequence a little bit better to see that it switched right from selling and right into buying through this period of time. Again, this gives us a very specific level to start watching for as the volume is breaking up here and we're getting support as we're breaking out of this 1, 2, 3 formation. These are places you could start off with a very small position, planning to add on later if you are proven correct. Let's go into the Ichimoku cloud here, and you can see I've got things pulled back to September of 2017. And to me, this price chart with what is happening here in the green Ichimoku cloud and the way that the blue and the red are crossed over each other right now is sort of what I'm expecting for prices to do over the next while for Bitcoin. So this is the very start of the huge run up. So we went from $2,000 to $20,000 over the next 6 months. That is, if we are coming up and out of this cloud right here, the green cloud. So let's move this forward now and take a look at the green cloud now on the daily time frame. We can see how this is setting up similar to what we had. We can see here that we had a little brush of red just before the breakout took off. We were up into a very big red, we were coming up into above the green cloud, down into it, spiked through the green cloud, and as we left that green cloud, off we went. And I am believing that same thing is going to happen to us now, that as we exit this green cloud, prices are just going to go. That means that it's a good idea to have a small position that you leave so that it can take the big pullbacks that are bound to happen as we are moving our way up. It's going to freak out a lot of people and they'll think it's the actual top, and it can pull back a great deal. So having a small position and your stops a good ways back for the next while is probably going to be prudent. Here's the Bollinger Bands and the effect that I was talking about a little earlier. We can see that we had the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation, kind of a double 3 right here. Prices broke out of that 1, 2, 3 pattern. Let me change the color of this so we can see it. Prices broke out of that 1, 2, 3 pattern. They came up to the Bollinger Band mean reversion, right back down to the bottom of the Bollinger Band mean reversion. And it's usual for the breakouts of these small time frames to have this milking process done, where the whales are taking advantage of the over exuberant small traders who are taking too large of a position with their stop loss too close to the market, and they get hit and they lose most of their account on a trade like that. And then the market's going to take off, and it's the most frustrating thing there is in trading, to jump on this too soon, put your stop loss too close, and then lose most of your account and watch the markets take off and do exactly what you thought they were going to do. The risk control rules at the very beginning of the trade are the most important thing that I've had to learn over time, so that I stopped making this exact mistake right here. Now I'll finish with the 3-panel screenshot that I've been sharing over on our Discord chat as this was unfolding. We were already watching for the Bollinger Band mean reversion dip to already occur. While I'm super excited about Bitcoin, I am even more excited about altcoins. If Bitcoin dominance is dropping, that means that altcoins are going up in US dollar value faster than Bitcoin. If Bitcoin prices are going up while Bitcoin dominance is dropping, then altcoins are doing amazing gains even as Bitcoin is going up. So you're sort of double dipping if you can get onto the train at the right time as this is happening. While Bitcoin dominance does look like the ultimate top formation, and it may drop very hard from here as all of the alts are getting investments, and they are such small projects now that just small investments really make their prices rocket. That's why we got the 400 and 500 and 1,000% gains that we got in 2017. Those may be happening now as Bitcoin dominance drops. But before I make that distinction, I want to point out that the relative strength index is super oversold right now, and it may be that the alts are not going to be taking off. I think that for my own part, I'm kind of suspecting that if Bitcoin does take off, that dominance is going to rise from here, and that the alts are going to pull back a little bit. And what I'm expecting to see is that the altcoin US dollar value will stay pretty much the same, but because Bitcoin is going up and the altcoin US dollar is staying pretty much the same, then Bitcoin dominance will rise and the altcoin and the Bitcoin versus altcoin pairs will pull back. So give yourself space in your trades to allow for your altcoins to have some space right now. I do think that they may have some rocky roads right now as we are getting ready. As Bitcoin breaks out, don't be surprised if Bitcoin dominance pulls back up from here. However, if it continues to go down and you're seeing your altcoins take off, don't doubt them. For example, if we look at this contract, the shitcoin perpetual contract, this is a collection of a whole bunch of low market cap coins. We can see that they've been doing better than Bitcoin over this last 2 weeks or a month. They've been pulling away from Bitcoin. Yet as I pull it back, we can see that we're coming up to some pretty important support and resistance levels in this indicator. If we go into the mid-market, the mid-cap coins, they seem to have a little bit more room yet to run up and before they hit the double top area. They've done a great breakout and they are looking strong right now. The altcoin perpetuals haven't done very much. This is Litecoin, Ethereum, EOS. These coins have pretty much stayed flat with Bitcoin over this period. We'll have to watch to see if they are going to be taking off. This will really push Bitcoin dominance down. But if these are starting to drop back, Bitcoin dominance will rise as Bitcoin is taking off. One group that has been doing very well is the decentralized financial coins. They've been put together into this perpetual contract that we can measure so we can see what they're doing versus Bitcoin. And while they've been doing very well, as we start to zoom in on this, this is a potential top formation here as well. So as bullish as I am in the alts in the longer term, it may be just as Bitcoin starts its breakout that the alts may get pushed back because their US dollar value won't go down very much, but their value versus Bitcoin will go down because Bitcoin is going up in US dollar faster than the altcoins are. If you've got comments on Bitcoin dominance and how the alts are comparing to Bitcoin, I'd love to read that stuff down in the comments down below here today. Super glad to have you guys along. Let's go jump back into Bitcoin prices. I'll be on our Discord chat so that we can go through this as it's playing out. Thanks again, and we'll see you in tomorrow's video.